Now, this is hilarious, guys. Hunter Biden cites Second Amendment and requests to dismiss gun charges. This is about to be a beautiful, beautiful irony and contradiction at the same time. Ironic because his father, who is super anti-gun, who's done leaps and bounds to try to make that Hunter Biden, the adult 50-year-old male, not go to jail for the things that I actually don't think he should go to jail for, outside of the things with underage women. However, his guns and drug usage and all that other good stuff, those are personal choices that government shouldn't have a hand in. But anyway, rules for thee and none for me approach that the Biden administration has presented to most people. His son, he's been protecting him from all of those different things. So ironically, Hunter Biden cites the Second Amendment and requests to dismiss his gun charges. ATF shouldn't exist. 4473 shouldn't exist. 100% agree with Hunter Biden there. The irony being, the Biden administration is going to have to either admit to push to make sure that Hunter Biden gets off, or get his son in a stern because they want to stand on an unconstitutional rule. Now, his attorney, Lowell, addressed Hunter Biden's indictment and alleges he illegally owned a gun as a drug user, and he relied on the federal firearm purchase form 4473, arguing that the recent court rulings meant the charges were unconstitutional. Now, some of that stuff, they're talking about the Bruin decision, they're talking about cases in Cali, all over the place. That a lot of judges are kind of like sticking to the Constitution and basically saying that because this person has used drugs before does not mean that you can stop him from exercising his Second Amendment. Thus, that charge should be thrown out. Again, guys, the 4473 should not exist. If you're a pro-gun, pro-constitutional person, you should be arguing that point. And you should actually be hoping that Hunter Biden gets off because it's unconstitutional. It says right there, because persons protected by the Second Amendment can no longer be denied gun ownership due simply to past drug use, a practice inconsistent with this nation's historical tradition on firearms regulation. Any false statement by Mr. Biden, Hunter, concerning his status as having used a controlled substance no longer concerns any fact material to the lawfulness of the sale of a firearm. Basically, my man used to use drugs just like the founding fathers did. Duh, right? They had hemp farms. He wasn't breaking any unconstitutional, violating a human to do that. Now, obviously, as a firearms instructor, I'm not saying you should use drugs and then shoot guns or play with guns. It's not what I'm saying. The point here is when we start making government have overreach into the personal decisions and things that we ingest, and then try to use that as a limitation on a constitutionally protected human right, like the right to keep and bear arms, it's a contradiction. And even if Hunter Biden's the person that's doing it, who I think is kind of a shit human being, nonetheless, it doesn't matter. The reality is it looks like Hunter Biden in the Biden administration is going to be an unlikely hero for some of our arguments in the Second Amendment room. 100% correct. Quite simply, this is a lawyer again. Quite simply, asking about Mr. Biden's status as a user of a controlled status is constitutionally irrelevant to whether he can be denied his Second Amendment right to gun ownership. 100% Hunter Biden, 100% agree with you. Now, the question that you guys are going to have to ask yourself is, because we don't like Hunter Biden, because he's a shit human being, do we not advocate for him to have his Second Amendment rights respected? Now, obviously, if you're looking at this from a tactical standpoint, a strategic standpoint, as a Second Amendment advocate and activist, 100% you say yes. The Hunter Biden argument and his legal team is 100% constitutional, which is in alignment with the long-standing tradition of humans and gun ownership in America. If you're a bit contradictory, if you think that guns are only for the people that you like, or if you're going to do exactly what anti-gun people do as it relates to who you want to fight for your rights for, you don't believe in free speech, you don't believe in the Second Amendment, you're going to disagree. You're going to say that Hunter Biden's a horrible person and yada, yada, yada. When in reality, Hunter Biden's charges should be, I think people should be looking into the stuff that he did with underage women. But as far as the Second Amendment, his legal team is 1,000% correct there. But again, you guys tell me. Y'all like to say, Maj, you think you're right. Maj is mostly right. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Share your perspective. Again, guys, we give classes on all of this stuff. Go over to solutionaryuniversity.org. Links in the bio. Register for a basic firearms class. Register for an understanding imminent threat class. Register for a family gun safety class. Register for a libertarian 101 class. All of those classes are only $20. It's not a whole bunch of money. Get it for somebody else for Christmas, whichever way you want to do it. But we got to make sure that we're informing the population, and that starts with us. My name is Maj Toure, founder of Black Guns Matter and the Solutionary Center. Be safe, be solutionary.